Good afternoon, YouTube. My name's Chad Finn, and this is LeagueWise, your home for daily fantasy League of Legends. Just got back from my fishing trip with my family, so I do apologize for the lack of content. But I got back about 2 hours ago, got to work on this slate, and wanted to get it posted for my Patreon users or subscribers. This is already, that information's already been uploaded onto the Patreon page, so you should already have access to it. In this video, we're going to talk about the DraftKings LCS Friday night league slate. It's a 2-game slate that locks at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, we'll take a deeper look into game one. I will go ahead and pick game one, and then we'll end the video with Finn's Faves. My favorite plays from each team, assuming that team wins. These plays are based off of my exclusive carry rankings, which are available with my game capsules and game picks through my Patreon page. You can follow the link in the description below to gain access. Also, if you don't mind, make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to smite the notification button on your way out. That said, let's get on with game number one. In game one, we have a matchup between the two bottom teams in the LCS, the 9th and 10th ranked team. The Immortals come in 9th place with a record of 1-7 on a 3-game losing streak after beating Golden Guardians in week 5. Statistically, they hold a slight advantage in damage per minute at 1,742 and kills per game at 7.3. The odds makers are giving them a 67.11% chance of winning with a kill projection of 12.5. When looking at Team Dignitas, they are in 10th place currently. They come in with a record of 0-8, but they do seem to match up pretty well on paper in this one, at least statistically. They're holding an advantage in gold per minute at 1,622. First tower percentage of 38%, which is 13% better than Immortals, and deaths per game at 13.3. As underdogs, the odds makers are giving them a 39.06% chance of winning. When I look at this one, right off the top, as you can see, these teams are fairly evenly matched. If I go look even a little bit deeper and take a look at objective and vision control as well, these teams are almost mirror images of each other, which leads me to kind of wonder how it is that the odds makers are giving Immortals a 29% greater chance of winning this one. The truth is there's not a whole lot of difference between a one-win team and a winless team. I'm assuming that the advantage is explained and housed within the fact that the Immortals did the roster swap where they moved their academy team up to the LCS and vice versa, LCS down to the academy. That led to a win in their first game versus Golden Guardians. Since then, they've been on a 3-game losing streak. But it is to Cloud9, Team Liquid, and Evil Geniuses, which are 3 of the top 4 teams in the league. What's almost notable is the fact that the Immortals were competitive in 2 of those games versus Team Liquid and Evil Geniuses. Unfortunately, so is Dignitas. When I look at the rosters, I can't really find a roster advantage. Since the roster swap, I got a little bit of vacation lag. Since the roster swap, Smithy has been a big difference for Immortals, but I can't really say that I think there's that much of a difference in Smithy as a jungler versus Dardoch. If I were to say there's an advantage, I would probably say Insanity in the mid lane, but I think that's draft dependent. Johnson and Apollo, I think, are both key players for both of these teams. I just can't find an overwhelming advantage or something that I want to hang my hat on and say, this is why this team's going to win. In those scenarios, what I tend to do is assume the odds makers are correct, that they either know more than I do or they know something I don't know. And by default, that means I'm just going to go with the Immortals in this one. feel free to go your own way. But I do believe Immortals take this one, which then will bring us to game 2 between FlyQuest and 100 Thieves. If you want access to that game breakdown and pick, you can do that by joining my Patreon page. It's already posted. You'll also gain access to my carry rankings, which brings us on to our final segment, which is Finn's Faves. This is my favorite picks for each team, assuming that team wins. Winning in League of Legends is vitally important because it's just fact that the winning team scores more points. So you want to be able to pick the winning teams and have those players in the right spots on those winning teams, which is where Finn's Faves come in. If you want access, you can get access through my Patreon page. But here are my top 4 plays, one from each team based on a winning condition. For Immortals, if they are going to win tonight, it's going to be, in my opinion, in no small part to Apollo, their ADC. He currently has a KDA of 4.1, a kill participation of 72%, and a damage participation of 31.9%. Going on to, hopefully, my computer's running slow, and I'm not sure why. It's been off for a couple days. Here we go. Moving on to Dignitas, we have Johnson in the bot lane as well at ADC, currently with a KDA of 2.1, a kill participation of 62.2%, a damage participation of 31.1%. If they are to pull the upset off against Immortals, it will be because Johnson won bot lane and carried, in my opinion. Moving on to FlyQuest, we have Power of Evil, their mid laner. If FlyQuest is to win tonight, I believe it will be in large part to Power of Evil, who currently has a KDA of 5.5. I believe a significant advantage in the mid lane tonight, a kill percentage of 71.3%, or I should say kill participation of 71.3%, damage participation of 29.8%. And finally, my for 100 Thieves, if 100 Thieves are to pull off the upset tonight, it will be because of contracts. He currently has a KDA of 4.5, a kill participation of 80%, and a damage participation of 18.4%. He will be the spark or the catalyst, I believe, in most any 100 Thieves game from this point moving forward. Don't be surprised if he gets someday going early in this one as well. But that's it. That's my favorite plays for each team for this evening. Again, if you want access to all my picks and breakdowns, join me on Patreon through the link below. I want to thank you once again for watching LeagueWise. My name is Chad Finn, saying good luck, good night, stay safe, and as always, see you next time on the Rift.